Learn more about adjectives. Watch the following video.
We are going to talk about adjectives. Let's start at the beginning. What is an adjective? Well, that's a great question. You may have heard that word before. What is an adjective? Well, this might sound a little weird, but in order to know what an adjective is, you have to understand what a noun is. Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. A person, like a doctor, or place like a bookstore, or thing like a desk. If it's a person, place, or thing, it's a word that's a noun. Well, here's where adjectives come in. Adjectives describe nouns. Adjectives are words that tell us more about nouns. So, let's look at some adjectives for these nouns that we share. The first, the doctor, the bookstore, and the desk. The doctor, two adjectives we could use to describe this doctor are tall and smart. Tall and smart describe this doctor, and the doctor is a noun. Remember, bookstore is a noun too. It's a place. What are two adjectives that we could use? Well, one adjective could be the word fancy. This looks like a pretty fancy little bookstore and also looks like it could be friendly. Friendly is another adjective we could use to describe this bookstore. Fancy and friendly are adjectives. They describe the noun. Well, what about this desk? Well, two adjectives that could describe this desk are clean and tan. Clean because you can see it's not a dirty desk, and also tan because that's the color of the desk. That describes the color of the desk. This is a tan desk. Tan and clean are adjectives. They are describing the nouns. All of these words you see are adjectives. Tall, smart, fancy, friendly, clean, and tan. Adjectives are pretty fun. All you have to remember is adjectives describe nouns. Now, let's practice using adjectives to describe nouns. Look at this picture. How would we describe these girls? Well, some adjectives we could use. We could use the adjective happy. They look pretty happy. Look at those big smiles. What else would describe them? Do they look clean? Or do they look messy? Yeah, they look pretty messy. Messy is another adjective. Happy and messy describe these girls. That's a pretty good job. Now, let's look at this picture. Two adjectives we could use to describe this Lego toy. Well, he looks a little angry. Angry describes him. That means angry could be a good adjective. What's another adjective? Is this toy very big? Look at this toy compared to the graph. This toy is pretty tiny. Tiny describes the toy in this picture. So, the two adjectives we could use are angry and tiny. They describe the noun. Wow! Look at this picture. Look at all these trees. How would we describe these trees? What are some adjectives we could use to talk about these trees? Well, these trees are tall, aren't they? They seem to reach all the way up to the sky. It looks like from this picture. They are very tall. Something else about these trees, and we can tell this because of just how tall they are. They must be very old as well. These are all trees. These aren't young little saplings. These trees are tall and old. Tall and old are adjectives describing these trees. Look at this picture. How will we describe the water in this picture? If the water is a noun, it's a thing. What are some adjectives we could use to describe it? Well, one of the first things we know about water is that it's wet, right? Whenever you get in water, you become wet because water is wet. That's an adjective we could use, right? What's another adjective we could use? Look at the color. What is the color of the water? Yeah, blue. Wet and blue are adjectives describing the water. Adjectives are words that describe nouns.
Now, listen to the following legend. This is the legend of Achakachi. Pay attention, please. Let's do some exercises on the digital chalkboard.